And we are live. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning
Hiya.
or good afternoon, depending on where you are.
Yeah, I'm getting my covers
Hi, Nat.
together.
Hi, Danielle. Hi, Crayola Man. Um,
Hiya.
hi, guys. How was your week?
If you could just let us know that you can hear us as well, that you got
Yeah, I
good
think I think
sound.
everything's fine. But it takes a little while sometimes. Hi,
Oh, that's great.
Heiko.
Hi, Heiko.
Takes a little while.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks.
I'm getting my covers ready.
You do. Hi, just another avatar.
Hi, John.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Hi,
Hi, Melekta.
Hi, Melikta. Yeah,
Hi,
I
Kim.
was actually gonna say your
I'm gonna.
avatar
I'm
name,
gonna
but
use.
tell us what you prefer. um,
Hi, Stacy.
Hi Kim. Hi Stacey.
Hi, Kim.
Hi Kennedy.
Hi, Kennedy. Hi, everyone.
Good to see you here,
How
guys.
how how is your how's the story about your cats, Kim? And how have you been for that? Okay, Melekta's good. Okay.
Okay, cool. Cool.
How has everybody been? I know this week has been eventful, and
Absolutely.
for us, for sure, for sure.
Good week though.
Yeah, really great week. Just eventful,
Just eventful. It's true. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, it was a great week. Yeah. So I don't know if you go. You were gonna say
I
something.
wasn't going to say anything, you know. I was going to grab my tea.
I was actually gonna talk about all the different things been happening this week.
All right,
Um,
then. Where do you want to start?
I was going to start about, as there is a lot of people find it hard to understand that.
Mm, I'm sorry to cut you. It's because I asked him about the cats. Let me find out.
Oh yeah.
All right, definitely at peace. Kept my cat, giving him extra love. Had a spiritual reader translate that he wanted to stay. Oh, lovely.
Great, you did it.
I'm so happy for that. That
Yeah.
because it's so wonderful to know these things because they truly are companions who come like spiritual companions who come in our lives for different reasons. So it's lovely to hear that. Great.
Yeah, that's
Wonderful.
great.
Sorry to cut you, babe.
Um, no, it's all right. Yeah. So basically, what came through this week, at least for me, what I've noticed, so a lot of people debating about other people's opinion or perception, and as I was going to explain to some people that basically someone can actually go through their own experience, and it can be right beside you, although you perceive something different. That's because we are very powerful and we can create our own reality. So and it was in some cases in the dispute of round earth versus flat earth, and etc., and what you should be seeing when you have an OBE. um and then it's funny because then I saw a couple of people that we follow on YouTube for a while now, talking about the fact that yeah, perception is going to be very different from one person to another, so we shall not fight over the idea in the first place. And I was trying to explain that to someone. I was going to, and then I was just saying, "No, I don't think I will this time." And then one of you guys actually uh, just stepped forward and was like, said exactly what was thinking, and the synchronicity it is at its highest at the moment. So yeah, that was like something that I really appreciated this week. Yeah, and rather than have debate, I think it's about sharing our perception, everyone's perception is going to be different on some certain things. Doesn't mean that you're not going through your, and I know it might sound controversial, but your own version of truth, because someone will say, well, truth is, is universal and there's only one truth. And as much as that can be true as well, is it? But yeah, so that's what it was for me this week. What about you?
Oh, hang on a minute.
Ah, you had a good time, right?
I was having a good time.
You see, we had a different experience, right? Yeah, so that's
You're
what it was.
chatting and I'm sipping. I'm
Yeah,
sipping.
and I
I'm
see Kennedy
chilling.
saying, yeah, the division is hitting pretty hard with the old flat round thing. Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah,
And that's not
yeah,
a problem. It's just it's gonna tune into whether or not you care. And as I've always said, the issue is not what shape it is.
yeah,
The issue is the lie that was told about anything.
yeah. It's a good way to see it. Mm.
What it doesn't matter what shape it is. What is the shape of the lie?
Yeah,
Is all I really care about. So
and
we could just get down to the nooks and crannies of it.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why did you lie about it in the first place? If it was a lie, what is going on? Why was it lied about? That's all.
Although it seems to be the same thing about 3i Atlas. It's like a
Presented with one thing after
yeah.
another.
Is it a comet? Is it like something like it looks like a comet, but behind the comet there's a whole craft, or is it all of this stuff? So yes, it's actually it's interesting. It is very interesting, and I find it very interesting because as you lean towards your own truth, or what you feel in your heart is true, then it manifests itself. You can see synchronicity, whether someone's going to say the same things you were thinking, or another person's going to just do a whole video about the subject. It's quite astonishing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Diana, I saw that you're saying decluttering. Yeah, your house. Yeah, we kind of did the same thing as well.
Yep. Had a good time.
Yeah.
We're really in tune with, like, what resonates with us is the idea of feng shui, like just house energy. I don't follow every rule, but whatever aligns with me, I really do go by what feels good. I was always the kid who was like rearranging my room all the time. And back then I didn't know why I did it, but now I know energetically you're just moving around the energies, reorganizing the energies in your house, moving whatever blockages there are. So it can kind of like, it's like an instant upgrade for yourself. And it's not even about inviting new stuff in. It's just inviting flow back into your home. Even if it's like a table's been in your way, or there's a piece of furniture that you're always bucking your foot on, moving it so that just something simple like that can just change the whole energy flow in your house. So yeah, we've been doing that as well this week. That's been literally our week this week, isn't it?
But then it's funny, this is the synchronicity I'm talking about. So say if you thinking about something and just like, well, wow, I kind of need to do this, or because you believe that's gonna somewhat help you.
Yeah.
You can bet someone's gonna do the same thing.
And Kennedy just said, yeah, the division is hitting pretty hard with this whole flat rounder thing.
Yeah.
I know, but and this is the thing as well.
This is quite amusing.
I know that it's amusing to me.
Yeah.
I know that we've had people on who believe that the earth is a sphere and has experienced the earth as a sphere. And I know that we've also had people on who've experienced it as being flat, or a flat plane of existence. And I think it's because I don't argue with people. Me and Omondi don't argue with people about trying to get them to believe what we believe or know what we know. It could come across as maybe we're not, like we've taken one side or another. I know what I know. I've seen what I've seen. But I'm not here to convert people, because I'm not trying to start up a religion about it. Like, if that's what your perception is, that's what your perception is. My perception is that it was a flat plane of existence. Just as you already know, I think we've shared this opinion already, that those are the things I've shown. I've been shown that twice in my out-of-body experiences. Now, if someone comes on and they said they have an out-of-body experience and they haven't, and they still something different, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because we are still our creator. We still create our spaces based on our beliefs, based on um, what things we're going through. So I'm just like,
Well,
okay, but it's not an affront to me.
the what I was going to write in the first place, it was about that. It was about the idea behind you seeing someone with their own limitation because they perceive the earth has been around and they don't know the truth and la 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 la. But then I was saying that perhaps the limitation belongs where with the idea of you not being able to see
Yeah.
that truth can be different from one person to another because we are multidimensional beings. So your mind wouldn't allow you to be able to accept that people can experience something that's truthful to them, and also that you're not seeing yourself as the creator that you actually are, because by accepting people's version, you will see how great of a creator we are, because you can literally have different experience
Mm.
right at the same time in the same place.
And
Yeah.
my stance on it is, if you are coming from a place where no, this is the truth of it and I'm seeing it without the distortions and you're still seeing it in distortion, then that's where my compassion steps in, because that means that they're just not where you're at yet.
Look at the
And that's
synchronicity.
okay.
Sorry to get you. It
Go on,
was
babe.
11, 14, 14,
14,
4.
4. Yes.
You see.
There we go. And oh, it's Aga. Hey, Aga.
Hi,
So
Aga.
the Lady of Lightning is Aga.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because YouTube seems to change you guys' names, and we never actually know sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So Melekta is like, I feel like that's why consciousness OBEs or conscious OBEs are important. Let's just go and see for ourselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go
Ultimately,
and
yeah.
see for yourself.
Mm.
Um,
And it's still gonna be,
definitely go and see for yourself.
and at least for a while, it's still gonna also depends on your belief system and things you're hanging on to,
Mm.
because even if you are conscious, if you believe something to be true, who am I to tell you it is not for you? And this gonna shape uh what reality you're gonna experience on, even on the other side,
Or what things you're going to even
or
experience.
things you're gonna experience. So yeah, so and yes, you're right, go check for yourself. Like, if you, instead of questioning someone
Yep.
out loud and trying to say they're wrong and that, you can question, I mean, for yourself. You can just say, you know what, not sure about that, so let me go check it. So that
Just go
actually, yeah.
check. I do it all the time with
Absolutely.
everything I hear now, because I'll be like, oh, okay, I see. And sometimes if not, I could just leave it as, you know what, that resonates with me right now, until I do know for myself, or it resonates with me because I know it to be true
Yeah.
personally. So it's like going between a trust base and a trustless base. Trustless with yourself because you don't need it. There's the knowing. And then having a trust of where you resonate and what your intuition and your guts are saying about what information you're hearing. So it's that type of thing. But I do always pass whatever information I'm hearing right here and say, how does that feel in my body? And usually if it feels off, I'm like, no, that doesn't really sit right with me.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not. I've noticed, because of the fact that I pick up on energies anyway, and I know that a lot of us here do. Sometimes it's not the fact whether it's true or not. Sometimes you're picking up on the person's intention, the person who's saying its intention, or sometimes it's their nervousness or their fear around the situation. So I'm very in tune. That's what I'm tuning into now. I'm very in tune with the subtleties of the knowings that come to me.
You know, it's so, I'm actually glad you just mentioned this, because I remember once a doctor was explaining something that none of doctors explained. He was talking about the syndrome of, I'm trying to remember the name, okay? So bear with me. White blouser syndrome, or it was in French. So it was like, you know, the
Say
word,
the French one.
um, blouse blanche, I think. I was trying to remember. It's been a while ago.
D'accord.
So basically, whatever they're wearing, you know, that white, you know, when you go to the hospital, they wear this white laboratory looking
Oh, I
jacket.
know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. The lab coat.
the lab coat there. I was just trying to. Whew. Uh, and he was explaining to me that they've got some things that's known, but they don't like to talk about it. And so when patients go to the doctor to take the blood pressure, they, some of them tend to have a high blood pressure, and not because they suffer from it or anything like that. It's just because they're anxious about taking
The test
the
in
test in
itself.
itself,
Yeah.
and it shows up as them having a high blood pressure. So when Shem says that, the subtlety, because you may pick up the fact that, say, they have a high blood pressure or they have an issue, but you may not pick up the fact that that is actually induced by the fact that they're nervous in the first place.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, yeah, because and he
Yeah.
was saying that he always take that into consideration. So usually himself ask the patient to come several times, so and take that test over a long period of time before giving them any medication. And remember, he was saying that to me, and he wasn't. He was a replacement doctor we had instead of the one we usually go and
Mm.
see. So he didn't really care to be, he liked doing his job to help people fundamentally. That's what he liked, but he wasn't caring too much of doing it to say, sell a product or whatever. So yeah, so that was interesting. So yeah, so even when you trying to pick up certain stuff, you may not pick up all the subtleties, so you might misinterpret it. And that can happen sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah. So Kim is saying, yeah, very much understanding that people can only meet you where they are at and vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also very indicative of what type of OBE, what type of experience you'll have when you have your OBE. You'll see what you're ready to see. You'll see what vibrationally you are ready to see. And I think that this harpens on to why some people see things that make them fearful or not. These are reflections of things that you have yet to deal with. They are not the truth of everything.
Yeah. And the subtle
It's your baggage.
yeah. And talking about the subtlety, think about it. I mean, if I was telling you an ET was looking like the movie Alien, so like that, it was looking like this. You might be it could be benevolent, but you might be scared of it as you see it. Not because it's not real. It is real. It's there. It's in front of your face. Actually, it's a being, but it might be totally benevolent. But depending on how conditioned you
Yeah,
are, it's gonna shape your experience.
that is very true.
So it's not just about having a belief and you create a thought form and they appear in front of you. Because yeah, I guess that is probably the obvious, but there's also the things you see, perceive as, say, oh, I'm scared of these things, so I don't know what that is. So and it's real. So yeah.
Yeah. So just another avatar, John. Um, so he's just said the new moon has been crazy this week. Yeah. um, there was a halo of protection Wednesday night, and I took it as a sign because I almost didn't make it home, being over the road. Yeah, it has been. It really has been. You know what it is as well? All of these shifts and all of our noticings of these things are coming at a time because, like I said, it's very much comes down to resonance. But when Melekta was saying about perception and the having the OBEs and seeing for yourself, if you reverse engineer it and say to yourself, well, seeing as this is a dream as well, how lucid can I be when I'm here? So in your everyday life, like John's saying, he's seen different signs. He saw the moon, and he's taking things as different signs. How aware are you of the signs that you're shown here now in this side of the dream? How aware are you of the synchronicities, and how lucid are you in your everyday presence? Like even now, what are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you touching? What do you hear? What do you feel? How do you feel in your vessel? These quick updates, these quick checks that you could do on yourself to keep yourself in tune with what's presently going on, all help for lucidity on the other side, because then it becomes second nature for you to always tune back into yourself. I hope I said that clearly.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You did. It's actually
So
yeah, very true.
Deanna's saying, same Shem. I check everything too. Yeah, like, yeah, just check it out. Just check it out.
So Kim is saying, be it that my perception of the outside world is a mirror, and analyzing
What
what
triggers
triggers me.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I think I spoke to you guys about my fear of spiders that I had. So I had this huge fear of spiders, and I was like, when I actually had an out of body experience once, I had somebody throw a spider on me and literally just laughing in my face, and I was like, okay, this has to be fixed, because I can't be out here in full God mode and screaming and jumping up and down over spiders. So I took it upon myself that on my waking life, I would just no longer be scared of spiders. I now I can touch them. Now I can catch them. Because when I checked it for what it is and just said, okay, it's like a door. It's a piece of wood or a material that stood up over an open space in a wall. Then what is a spider? Okay, a spider is an ant with long legs. Okay, no longer scared of spiders.
You know, it's funny because
It's you debunk your fears.
and you know what's funny? I don't know if all of you guys went and watched the last episode with King Cash. Um, um, he was talking about how the planet is kind of a laboratory planet, and a lot of experiments been there. A lot of ETs actually left their DNA here. So you can bet there's a being out there that look like a spider. So you go,
It has been spoken about.
you kind of don't want to be on the other side and be like, this for my foot form, this is my foot form. It doesn't exist, but the thing don't go away. And you go. So it's like you got to be in such acceptance of everything. It's and it's challenging. Doesn't matter how many OBs you have. I mean, I know a lot of people like to say, fear nothing, I have no fear. Okay, fine. Maybe you don't, or you don't have any fear that you know about right now until it presents itself. So it's the acceptance that fear is the whole illusion, is the whole game. And then
accept it for the illusion it is. Yeah.
And then whatever comes, then you're in your ability to deal with it.
Yeah. And we're saying this talking about beings, but a lot of the time, like what Kim said, it's what triggers you. That could be somebody picking their nose. That could be someone, I don't know, chewing loud. That could be a number of things. So it's not just, oh my gosh, that is a thing and I'm scared of that thing. It's more what triggers you as well.
Yeah.
Was someone doing something that you found annoying as well? And how do you deal with it? It goes quite far, but whatever it is, look at it like what Deanna was saying, like clearing your field. It's all part of decluttering. Either way you look at it, it's all part of decluttering.
Yeah, and I've noticed it's the thing with fear. Sometimes you there's some you don't even see. Just subconscious as register certain things that you don't even remember about until it presents itself.
Or triggers, like I was saying.
Or triggers, exactly.
Like sometimes it's like harping you back to a memory that you had of a time that you had that you haven't actually dealt with.
Yeah, and sometimes you even don't see it as a fear. You've been upset about something. But then when you break it down to what it is, you realize the only reason you're upset is because there's a fear behind it. But anyway.
Yeah, I understand.
Talking about this is actually kind of like the whole subject that we're going to cover on our next live event.
Yeah. It's the 7th. Is this our last Sunday here?
That's going to be for now until
January.
back in January. It's going to be our live Sunday that we usually do.
Yeah.
However, on the 21st of December, we have an actual live event, um, and you can find all the information. Oh, Shem is actually going to give you
Yeah,
guys the
for
link
all the information
for
there.
all the
If
information, and we're going to cover the subject.
yeah,
Um,
it's the
yeah,
21st of the 12th that we are going to go and have a live event. It is a private live event, and it's going to be with Blessed and Corey, me and Omondi, and it's going to be a live panel and then a big Q&A for everybody who takes part as well, where they're open to ask questions. But it's really just, it really does tap into how you can let go of your fears as well, understanding them for what they are, and how to release them out of your life on a practical level. Because it is literally it's what's holding most people back from living as free as they can, living in their full potential.
yeah,
And it comes in all shapes and sizes, as we've been saying. So
that's
yeah,
well.
if you're
Yeah,
interested in that, you can check it out. You've got the website. You could just go and read and see if it's interesting to you. Okay, so
that's actually.
Heiko, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Go on. Sorry, just go ahead.
I
Go
just
ahead.
wanted to
Yeah.
fish on. Heiko, I think there's an absolute truth to all things because everything is relative. It's an absolute statement. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Kim, thank you. White coat
Syndrome.
syndrome causes anxiety. Thank you. So I need you guys here for the thing I can't remember. But anyway, the whole like a whole explanation, about it, and it was like quite interesting to know.
Yeah.
Just another avatar. Just be careful where you are take that where you take that knowing, because some people will twist that in order to abstain from the
From
responsibility of their actions. Yeah,
yeah.
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
this is true as well. But then if someone, I've come to realize when you are, some people play a good game of tag with themselves, and it comes like, imagine responsibility and accountability are chasing them, and they're playing that game with tag and accountability. They will, I don't know if anyone's seen professional tag being played, but some of us are out here running from accountability.
listen,
Olympic
when I saw that game, I was like,
tag runners, like, so they'll use anything at this point.
and
And do you know what? Sometimes, John, let them.
yeah.
It's gonna catch up with. They're gonna get tagged one way or another.
Do you know what it is like, I've noticed one things I do often now is like, if I know that is like, uh one thing is true and another thing is true also, I usually see it as one will augment the other one. So it will allow you to have a broader perspective on what it is you're talking about. And so in that way, there's no information to be missed, because as much as you say it is right, but it is also something you could put yourself in that paradigm where you're literally thinking these things, and then you can see them manifesting where you're thinking, yeah, but sometimes people should do that in order to manipulate. And as much as that it is true, yeah, so
It's
that's
both.
it's
Both are
yeah.
true. You
Yeah,
see
both are
that?
true. Yeah.
Both are true.
So I think yeah, I think that's yeah.
Everything is,
Using your intuition is
yeah.
the ultimate. That's why I always say, like, that is like that feminine energy. It doesn't matter, man or woman, don't matter. That's the ultimate, man. It's what you're gonna be able to be like. And something happened not so long ago for me, and I was like, it was there. It was there. I just even have so much interpretation. How do you say it again? Interpret
What are you saying? What are you trying to say?
interpretation. I can't
I'm
remember.
hearing interpretation.
No, not interpretation. When you not sure of something.
Intrepidation.
Trepidation. Wow,
Babes,
what's going on today?
I'm very impressed
Trepidation.
you're using big English words, because this is not your first language, so don't even feel no way you're
No, I think
here.
yeah, no, but
Go for it.
It means knowledge to be understood. Yeah. So that's more what it is. Thank you. So yeah. So and I didn't follow that. I was just like, no, maybe I'm judging. You see, I was saying, and perhaps it's true. I'm judging. So it was one of these things I was struggling with. But come to find out, no, I wasn't.
there's still
I
a
wasn't
certain
judging.
amount of analysis that has to go in on observation,
Yeah,
especially when you're
Mm,
going to then step into your male energy, your masculine energy, may I say,
yeah,
and just make an aligned action. You still have to do an analysis so you can have an aligned action.
yeah, yeah,
But yes, it can run into judgment. This is true.
yeah. Talking about judgment, I
Oh,
was thinking about in the beginning.
you were?
Yeah, as I just tricking saying that, I was like,
You're okay.
yeah,
In the beginning.
my hair in the beginning.
You're all right, babes.
It's one of my
If the
favorite
shoe was
memes.
if the shoe was on the other foot and this whole thing had to happen live and in French,
What?
you know I'd be out here pigeon Frenching right now. So don't worry about it.
Listen, you know what? Now I'm having a good time, so you know that's what matters.
Yeah, my conjugaison is off. So it is what it
Yeah,
is.
but you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm all right. I
Yeah.
could get by.
French is actually quite difficult language because even if you speak French,
I'm good street
man.
French. I'm good, like everyday person,
Yeah.
buy a baguette French, but don't get technical with me.
You can do more than baguette.
Yeah, of course I can, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, don't try and like technical words of certain things
Yeah,
because you
like-
know there's a lexicon for each
Yeah.
subject. So if you don't have the vocabulary around it, you're just not saying
Yeah,
the thing.
and also the add-on factor that is you got feminine and the masculine. So certain words are feminine in French and other words are masculine.
Yeah, that I don't even try and go by that.
Things, and you have to use the attrition. It's funny.
Yeah,
As
you
you
do.
learn, something feels feminine, so you know, and something feels masculine. That's all I think. Anyway, so I digress
Okay,
right now. So,
so-
just another avatar you seeing.
No, Casey.
Casey. Oh,
Oh,
hi,
thank
Casey.
you. Hiya.
Thank you.
Fellow Starseed Lyran. Hiya.
So just another avatar is saying, Omondi, this is what I was trying to say in our video 2 weeks ago. Shrek Daddy appeared scary, but he never did anything inherently that was scary. Tickled my face.
Yeah.
But you did say it very well, actually. You explained it. You might not remember, but you did mention that, you know, you had this awareness that although that was all you manifesting in this, in terms
Yeah.
of, you know, what you were experiencing in this present reality. So actually, yeah, you did explain it very well. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's I went and had a little quick look about it, even though we haven't started editing yet. It is such a beautiful conversation we had. You're going to be very pleasantly surprised about that.
Yeah,
because
that was really nice.
honestly, you explained yourself beautifully. And you were so raw and honest with your experiences as well that I reckon that's going to resonate with a lot of people, because you're not alone in that.
No.
Like, you're going to experience things and then look back and be like, hang on a minute. Like, it's just like feeling something tickle the back of your leg in the middle of the dark. Like, you could be like, oh my God, what's that? Or you could be like, oh, that's my cat. But it's okay. Both reactions are okay. It's just, yes, there was a brushing on the back of my leg. You could debunk it in the moment, but in the moment, that's where your whole entire if you think about it, this is a fine-tuning of how to deal with your emotions. So yeah, lovingly, don't give a shit.
There's things that happen. I remember feeling like when I walk up the stairs, I feel presence for some reason. I never knew why. Love presence a lot more than if I walk somewhere. You know, every time I'm in sort of a staircase and I'm walking up the stairs, there's a presence. And so I had two choices. I can say, well, this is where my team showing up symbolically, or I can see, wow, there's they're trying to trap me in that staircase, like, and it is literally how it works.
It's what lens
So,
you
yeah.
use at the moment.
Yeah.
So Casey said, what do you think about people who cannot have OBEs? Might sound controversial, but I believe that everybody already does have OBEs, and it's just a matter of whether or not they are framing them as such. And I think that when the conversation around what dreams are come to light in truth, like when we all realize that it's just going to come down to recall and lucidity and acceptance that your dreams are more than just a fob off It's your soul traveling. Now, whether or not you have it with full lucidity and you decide that you're going to realize in that dream space that you are actually out of body is another subject. But I believe that we all can. We're just, again, playing the game of separatism. And that's not to take away from people who do have OBEs. Like, even though I have OBEs myself, and I know that I've spoken about it and I've shared it widely, some of my experiences. And I know some people are like, oh my God, I haven't had one like that. But I'm sure they would find that there have been times where they've had similar situations, but then been like, that felt so real. But then they've been like, oh, it's only a dream. I'm back here now. It's just it's just a matter of how much validity do you give it, and how has it been framed to us here since being young? You go to sleep, you dream, you have a nightmare, da 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 da. That's it. So we believe that. So everything we experience after that is through that lens. Once you accept a lens where we are all doing this, our soul doesn't need rest. Our body needs rest. Our soul goes and travels and does many things. You'll realize there's not that much. There's not this big gap, this big spiritual leap you have to take, this ascension into guru-ness of whatever. There's none of that. This is a regular thing, like seeing, smelling, like everything else. It's a sense. And once it's I think now it's coming into the realization and the allowing and the acceptance of, okay, this was a lie that we all took on, and now this is the reality of what is. That's my opinion, but yeah.
I think deception, it's one of the main reason why we're not experiencing certain things, and the abilities we already have, we feel like disconnected from it. Same thing with the OBs. That's simply because you're here in the mid suit, which is your biological computer that is programmable, and since you're born, you only know what you know. You're only being used to what you're being used to, and it's the whole game. So as you get programmed, you get to also use words that update this program constantly and keep it in a loop. So you'll say try, so you have to try. Then the reality becomes trying. I'm trying to means when you say trying, it says that you can't in the first place. Hence why you're trying. Someone who can doesn't try. They just are. So all of these things keeps you basically bring forth the difficulties, the obstacles, and all of that stuff. So it's a matter of changing, understanding first your body, where you are, what you are here, and have a greater understanding what's your consciousness, your awareness, the difference between consciousness and your awareness. It doesn't matter what someone else's explanation is, it's your understanding, because explanation, again, it's only word that's being used, and these words will even shape your interpretation depending on how you feel about these words. So that is why ultimately it's like what we said, there's a difference between a belief and a knowing, something you know. So it's understand yourself and the world around you here. Because when you begin to do that, you then begin to understand the whole mechanism and how it works. Like Shem said, I'm going to share an example with you. It's like this week I had a dream that ended up to be an OBE. So there was a being that basically tripped me up in the dream. So I can wake up, and when they tripped me up, that's when it felt all physical all of a sudden. And they were watching me like basically like sternly, like wake the fuck up. That's what I didn't get. And then and even then it felt off. It felt very physical. What tripped me up, like if you were trying to trip up someone in the street, that's like it felt like that. And it's only after when I came back share that experience with Shem, and she said she wanted to know more detail about it. So I gave her more details, and she said, "Oh, she was trying to get your attention." And And I remember the affirmation I went, because you can do affirmation and set your intention, let's say, before you go to bed. And I remember what I did, and I've asked for it. I just, while it was taking place, I needed something that happened to realize that's what it was. Hence why people say from a dream space, you can just say, okay, rub your hands together, or look at your hands, a lot of that. So you can, bring forth more awareness, because you're already out. It's just your awareness.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So ultimately, whether you say astral travel or you're in a dream, it's all NLP.
Yeah.
But when you say trying, you disprove that, because you're saying to yourself like, I'm not having them.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
And I think also this is where people want to achieve one where they feel themselves stepping out of their body. And I think that that's why um, it's important to have that experience as well for yourself, so you can finally debunk the whole entire is it real or not thing, because that's basically why people are saying it's not real, because they haven't felt themselves slip out, turn around, see their body, felt their hands and been like, okay, confirmed, debunked, you know. um and that's why these different methods are also so useful, because it kind of just cuts the shit
Yeah.
um when you have when you start having OB experiences like that, where you step out, you see yourself, so you lift out, you turn back, you touch things. In that moment, it's undeniable. So you could stop going back and forth as to, was that a dream? Was I really da 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 da? Because of how many years you've had of just denying it, denying your experiences. So this is now why we've kind of reached critical masses. Okay, I'm gonna try and just slip out my body. I want to see myself and da 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 da.
Also, there's the illusion of separation as well, because all worlds collide. Okay, so I've been in situation where I've realized that there's some people, they're having a dream while I'm being fully aware, and at the same time seeing other people, knowing that I am aware and knowing that they are aware. I'm having understanding with each other, being like, oh, okay, that person's dreaming, so they're not fully aware of what's taking place. It's all one of the same, you know. So you can even enter people's dream space, and not that I recommend for you to do that, because I think that you have to still have a level of integrity, but um yeah, you have to keep a high level of integrity. uh,
Yeah,
but in some cases, sometimes it happens because we share fields. So, but they all collide with one another.
yeah.
And then you got the realms where you get into other places, but that's another thing.
So John is telling Casey as well, they haven't discovered their own technique for reaching the state. Yeah. And transitioning from thinking into feeling. And a lot of that is going to be back to feeling into it. Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Especially,
100%,
and
John.
it's not to be hard on yourself. It's years and years of just believing that wasn't what that was.
It's a running program. It's literally a running program. It's like
So it's going to take a time to run its
oh,
course.
I can say something that can help you. Look at everything that is made in this world as an direct um mirroring of what's going on the other side. And whatever we create computer because we are computers. So literally it works the same. So then you can understand, okay, how do a computer, you look at a computer work and what you get from it, then you can understand how you tap in informations into it, which could be potentially the thoughts you or the intention. Let's say more the intention.
Or you
Then
clear your recycling bin.
right. Well, exactly.
Declutter.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's not a coincidence while you're taking like martial art originally was taken from nature. So it's about us getting inspired by things around us
Mm.
and have a greater understanding.
So Casey says, I've tried, but I can't have them at all. I want them too badly, or maybe deep down they're my fears. Yeah, I think we covered that. But you're not
Yeah.
alone in feeling that way.
Yeah, this is
And it's
common.
just not to be hard on yourself when you do. Um
Hi,
oh, thank
Muhuri.
you, John. Hi Muhuri. Um John's coming up with some gems today. If you believe that you can't, then you won't, is what John is saying to Casey. I know that this isn't as helpful as you may be seeking, but it's the perspective. And like you said, maybe even your fears, only you blocks you. Yeah.
This is how
Yeah.
powerful you are. Ultimately, you're creating that reality for yourself.
Ultimately, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with that. We're all going through these things too in our own
One way or
personal
another.
degrees level.
One way
Yeah.
or another.
Thank you, John.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. Um,
Thank you for your gesture, for your donation. Thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you for the answers. I wanted to know.
Okay,
I will say
so
thank you for both.
John's saying my body continues to have a visceral reaction as if it's clinging to life. I pushed it to the brink because I was out of love and allowed my addiction to control my actions. See, that's accountability right there. My body isn't aligned with my intentions. And when I attempt the OBE state, see, that's pure accountability. What's next is allowing, because you've just put it all on the table. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. And that's literally how you put one foot in front of the other and just shift out of different frequencies. You just take accountability and then you say, all right, this is my next step into this. And then you step into that.
Yeah. I'm gonna add a little layer to this. I remember you guys may have heard that channeler channeling Abraham Hicks, and I remember once one person, actually it's the person that talked about addiction, that actually gave an explanation about what addictions are. One of the best person I've heard talking about it, and they were basically explaining to that person that was, I think it was an alcohol addiction, that why they were doing it, and it's the attempt to soothe yourself. So the addiction, that you doing it in the first place, is not what keeps you there and what's bad, but basically, I'm paraphrasing. What the issue is you're judging it as being bad to soothe yourself, which means you don't really get to soothe yourself. That's why you're always back there. But basically, in other words, to stop having judgment so you can properly let go. So even though you're doing it in the first place, it's like you have the ability to understand why you're doing it, you're not judging it. And then you relax in that. If not, when you remain in judgment, this is a great limiter. Judgment is terrible when it comes to limiting you. So yeah, so doesn't matter what you do, and that may not benefit your body. If you don't try to connect your success with it, then ultimately you can be successful. Because we tend to say, well, if I'm not aligned, if I'm not this, if I'm not that, then I won't get this. There's always this idea of sacrifice. And you were talking about the Martha frequency. Is that what you were saying? Yeah, that to let go of that idea.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a big thing.
well, you have to somewhat, it has to look like a sacrifice in order to obtain something.
Yeah, it's a big dissolve right now, especially in this whole entire shift we're all moving forward in. We are going to have to release the idea of martyrdom, the idea of a sacrificial exchange in order to gain something.
So to your answer, John, as well, I would say that even in terms of you feeling that your body is not really aligned with your intention, that's when you take into consideration the idea of disconnections. But if you're always connected, you always one, you always been one. It's just an illusion. Ultimately, doesn't matter the state of your body or how healthy you are, you can have an OBE regardless. It's funny because I think there was a testimony about this on Darius' testimony group. One of these older man that had, I think he had a heart attack or heart condition. I don't remember what it was exactly, but I didn't stop him having an OBE. So really, it's down to what we hang on to.
Yeah.
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 So Kennedy say, I'll be feeling like my soul be straight up whooping my ass and winning every time. That's what fear feels like for me.
and, John, and John's
Yeah,
agreeing.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, for
not your
real.
soul whooping your ass, it's the
Yeah,
programming
yeah,
trying to hang on as it knows that you are letting it go.
yeah.
That's all.
So this is what you wanted, right? Yeah, yeah. It's so true,
Oh, you want enlightenment?
right? And then
um,
you say, I would say, after seeing some of the stuff my soul has shown me, I have come a long way from waking up and never wanting to make an OB attempt again. Now I wake up like, that's all you got. Yeah, you empowered yourself, literally. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, John,
Thank you,
again.
John.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. So hi Haley. Hi Shelby.
Hi, Shelby.
Hi Shelby. Uh,
Do you want me to read it?
so
You read it.
yeah, you can read
Okay,
it.
so hello fam. Shem, my reading was phenomenal. We
Oh,
were sent to each other. You were to help me course correct. I am in my knowing.
wonderful.
Everyone is gifted. Stop comparing. Shem and Omondi are here to remind you.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all on the same level here. Let's not get that twisted.
That's
We're not going to reproduce this whole paradigm of hierarchy where one is at the top and we're all looking up. It's not going to happen about it. This is not what we're doing this time around.
yeah. And what's gonna happen when I have like another November month and I'm all shook
I am
and I
not
come and you
exactly.
guys are like, "It's okay, Shem, you got this." Like, how are you able to do that? How
Yeah,
do you know? I could be
yeah,
like, "How do you know?" But I know you know. So we help one another. It's like each one teach one. Like, it's not always going to be everything's bared on one person's shoulders. We all just walk forward together.
absolutely.
That's it. Like, um,
Compassion.
yeah,
We going just because you experience something different, it doesn't make you less. Then it doesn't.
no,
It's and that's it's like this. Funny enough, guys, we've got a episode that's going to drop at 6 o'clock covering the worship gene. So
yes,
with Cesar Pagan from Beyond the Frequency 369, and we covering that aspect. So that's
the
going to be just a
worship
part
gene,
one.
yep, is
uh
getting covered today.
yeah. So, oh, by the way, although we are not going to have any more live until January, beginning of January, we are going to keep posting episodes. By the way, so
Yes,
you
most
still,
definitely.
yeah. So, so yeah. So that's what we're not doing. We're not going to look up on one person
Yeah,
and rely on that person because we think
yeah.
they're above us. No, we're not doing this.
And thank you, Shelby, because you know what? I'll send you the message on Ko-fi. But thank you, and I see you.
So, Kennedy say, hey, what do you think triggers this version of you to be completely conscious when the soul is operating outside of the body while the body is asleep? I could see intention being one answer. There's two factors here, I would say. I must give my version.
Go for it.
One of the factors is the meat suit. It's a suit. You put it on, it comes with certain aspects, certain way to feel. That's how the ego can operate from. And the ego is good, okay? It's what allows this experience. Otherwise, you would not be able to even understand duality. So, all of these things, these aspects of you that are here, these worries, these, hope, moment you have, these all different aspects of you, good and bad, comes with that. Once you take that off, it dissipates. However, because we are such powerful being, we project our experience we have here on the other side. And the difference is if you have judgments, then when you're on the other side, you carry that judgment. That's why if you integrate this experience without the absence of judgments, when you get on the other side, you're not bothered by that. You stop shaping that reality. Easier said than done sometimes, of course. because we're all experiencing these things. But the awareness is everything. At least you're aware of it.
Yeah.
So when it takes place on the other side, you can talk to yourself, be like, this is just me projecting. So yes,
Yeah.
it come with the equipment. That's why it's
Yeah.
important to understand the equipment you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
We are so projecting this body. It's that way, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And this whole entire place would have it that it's the opposite, but it is not that. That is the whole point of the inversion of it. It's so as long as you're reverse engineering the situation, you'll always be fine about it. Hence why I was talking about lucidity here, being fearless here, walking in integrity here, being authentic here, being true to yourself here, having unconditional love for yourself here in this experience. By the time you have your OBE or realize or accept or allow that experience in your life and see it as such, you'll operate differently over there because you would have already been in that state of being over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
So,
Marilyn.
hi, Marilyn.
And you're right. Today is going to be the best day ever. It always
Today
is.
is.
Yeah. It always
Yay.
is.
I love that.
Yeah, love it as well. Danielle made it. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, and thank you for your plant. Your plant, you were spot on. You were spot on about the plant. Thank you.
So, Melekta is saying, you're answering, Shelby. I had the same experience. There is something special about this group and the time we are in.
Yes.
Yeah, we are all here to remind each other. 100%.
Yeah.
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 Do
you know, I've had a few. I've been out my body a lot this week. And that's because I've had questions arise in my daily life that I wanted answers to. I'd say that last night's one was the most profound, but they've all been on point. Also, side note, saw giants. They're not there's not only one type is what I've realized as well, which I did have a query about, which seems like a random query, but every time if you type in giants, you know, they're going to tell you about the Nephilim or they're going to tell you about whatever. And I needed to know for myself, like, there can't just be one type. Like, there must be, like, let me know what it is outside of distortion. Let me go and see what it is. And now I realized why, as a child, I was so drawn to Roald Dahl books. Roald Dahl is an English writer, and he was a children's book writer for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, The Twits, Fantastic Mr. Fox, the greats, the good ones, the BFG. And it made me think of the BFG. And I was like, you know what? They're just and I was in the when I'd encountered them, there was absolutely no fear to be had, and they were enormous. Enormous. I'm not gonna say big, because at this point
that's an understatement, isn't it?
It's an understatement. The smallest one was big, which was about 9 foot. But then how they traveled as well was like as friends. So one would be held in the other one's hand for just speed of travel. Like if you had a brethren who took one step and went over a continent, why are you walking? You know, it was that. It was more for practicality. And then they started to kind of like jump out of each other's hand after a while. So one would open their arm and let the other one out, like a Russian doll effect. And they were all different shapes, sizes, and kinds. But they were made of different things as well. So they all don't come from, some of them are elementals and some of them are more etheric. And they were just a consciousness like us. So I say this to say, even if something seems seemingly bigger than you physically, it doesn't make it more powerful than you, but at the same time, it doesn't make it so that they're any different than you, even if you are appearing as smaller than them at that moment. Um, and I say that to say because one of them was actually complaining about one of them wriggling and making it a little bit uncomfortable. She was like, "You're always fussing." And they were just talking amongst themselves, just how we're all chatting up here. This is the same chat they're having. And I was with my two boys at the time over there, and we were looking up at them, and I was like, "Wow, you lot are real." And they were like, "Well, of course we are. Like, what did you think?" And I was like, "I didn't think, I felt, and now you're here." And you were like, "Well, you shut me up, didn't you?" It was that type of talk. And that's why it's so important for you to just open up yourselves further than the lies we've been told, guys.
I'm actually
Because it's a beautiful experience that I had.
I'm gonna share mine as well. Then that case
Go
that
for
I'm
it.
sharing because this week's a lot of things been happening. All right, so for a while I've been communicating with beings in my default state, my dream state. It's just been communicating to me with me. But then I had an experience, and this is my point about OBE, having an OBE and not trying to front run how it's supposed to look like. So I had this experience where I was with Shem on the other side, and on the other side, I was consciously going into a meditation, so intentionally. And as I went to a meditation there, I was actually participating to a fight between the dark and the light. And then when I went into this meditation, I was in and out of meditation, and I was with this being. This being now, I know the Syrian being from Sirius, because I was channeling a light language there, going into that meditation. So I was in another reality, channeling and fighting against dark forces, and I was channeling that language to transmute what was going on at the time there. And I was channeling; they were channeling through me, and I was beside, seeing these things taking place. It's like even though I was doing it, I felt like it's like almost a compulsion. So it's like it just come out, and I was hearing all the words and stuff like that. And this, I was witnessing this in real time. I wasn't having much control of it because it was just channel. So it wasn't for me to try and to decide how it's said. It's just channeling what these beings were saying to me and participating to this fight, what looks like a fight to me. And I was in and out, coming in and out and informing Shem at the time. Then one job done, came back in, before I came back in this reality, and I realized, oh, snap, I'm not. And as soon as I realized I wasn't in that reality, then I came back in this reality. That's what was taking place, and I lasted probably for an hour or something like that. And but all this time, the way this reality looked like, it wasn't looking physical. It was a plane that is of consciousness. I was in a plane of consciousness. It wasn't a, because the issue is certain OBs you may expect, because we project what we experiencing here, so something physical, and you want to see a room, and it was a plane of consciousness. I'm trying to find the best word to explain to you, and on the other side as well. But yet, when I came back into that, not this reality, but that reality I was in, which means the other side to here, I was aware that it was the other side. It just didn't look like what you would expect. And then I came back here. So I'm saying that to say that it's important to not front run the experience either, because otherwise you won't be able to allow these things to take place. So yeah, and all this happened because I set an intention specifically as well for an energy reclamation, and certain things are, and do it with certain chosen um, beings, specific beings. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I have already set agreement with before I came here. So yeah, so that's what took place this week, and there's many events like this. So I'm sure a lot of you have been experiencing different things like that. But basically, whatever you want to experience, not to front run it late, just unfold.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
I was there with you just to make sure you didn't drift, really.
yeah, she was my anchor, so I don't drift because the and then nothing I found out. So when I went on the other side, like I said, it's not really it's like a plane of consciousness, like I said, and it's if you're trying to keep your earth mind, you find it hard to anchor because it doesn't look anything like you would expect. But then when I went into the meditation to the other dimension, it's even worse. It's like it's pure darkness, consciousness, just like it's like that. So I needed someone to anchor me. So that's why I knew why she
You
was there
didn't
because
need me, you just wanted me
I
there.
wanted you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't need that.
And I was like,
Remember,
sure,
lack of better words.
of
So yeah,
course.
so but yeah, preventing drifting, and it's funny because with King Cassius, we actually covered that the drifting that also take place sometimes. So going with someone is it's actually great to do that. So yeah, that's what I
Which
experienced
is
this week.
a reflection of a lot of people's belief about, around original peers and this being a two-player game,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
which I align with that belief because
Yeah,
I
I
can
know with
see
it.
how that echoes into daily life
It's
and life over there as well.
it's annoying though at this point.
Yeah.
Is there's certain people in this experience you're going to do certain things with. And certain jobs are got to be done with other people. That's just the way it's set. That's what you so decided, let's say. So it's
Yeah.
still your free will, but yeah.
Um, my one came about because I'd noticed a a change for the past 2 weeks in our oldest son. Like I noticed like he was a little bit reflecting somebody from our past, and I was like, I've got a feeling there's like some sort of going on here.
And it's funny because I felt the same way, but I was unsure. Again, that's why tapping in your intuition is important. But then that whatever you experience confirmed it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Let me just check him out. So before he went to sleep that night, I said to him, can I check on you tonight? And he was like, sure, like you could check on me. So lo and behold, when I went into dream state, I obviously I was out of body. I did my checks and everything, but I didn't look back and see myself. I'm still very much in the elk of just doing it spontaneously. I set my intentions of where I want to be, and if I end up where I want, I don't really question it after that. Um, and I was in a dreamscape with him where he was in somebody else's dimensional space, and I'd seen it about 2 weeks before, and I thought, oh, that's weird that you two are together here, but you seem to be getting along, and I left it at that. But because I'd started seeing the shift in his attitude over here and little things, I was like, something's going on. And when I'd went over there, I'd noticed that he was with the person and he was kind of being in a state of being blamed and bullied, like in the same old fuckery that they were doing on this side. And I said, you know what? We're leaving. And I took him and I said to the person, we're not doing this anymore. And as much as you want to play this out, it's not going to go like this anymore. All right? I'm going to leave you here with your own things and your own thoughts and your own space, but you're not to have him here anymore. I don't allow it. And I turned to my son and I said, do you want this? And he said, no, I don't want this. And I said, well, then you let them know you don't want it. And he said, I don't allow it. Goodbye. I was like, okay. Took my kid, let's go. We left the place. On our way out of the place, that's when the giants turned up, and we were like, oh wow.
Yeah, you
And I was
shifted
like, oh look.
frequency.
And I'm telling you, the tallest one was bigger than a sequoia. and it was made of some sort of moss and stone, is the best I can put it as. And one of them had the face of, those statues that you could see in the Easter Island, and you know how massive they are. That was the second to last biggest one. There was one bigger than that. And I was like, wow, you lot are magnificent. And they were like,
Thank you.
like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And then I came back.
Yes, astral manipulation can take place. You do have, things like this happening. It's been done, for
Yeah.
ages. So
Is
yeah,
people going to be
yeah,
clutching onto the things they can't get here and trying to do things out
trying
of
to recreate
integrity
it.
over there? And it's
Yeah,
just
and
a
yeah,
question of clearing your fields,
and
decluttering.
and it doesn't have to be bad because I actually had an actual experience with my grandmother. She passed several years ago, 30 years ago almost now, and she was always a bit of a rigid and stern person, but she meant well for her family. When you want them to have the best grade and the best this and the best that, so you're pushing your kids like to excellence. So she was the type of person. Never knew her very well because obviously life, the things happen. Um, and then when I went there, she was just first happy that me and Shem was there, and then she was just giving us big hug, but a bit on the heavy side. Like she was still have a personality, basically, a bit pushy, but she was just reliving what she couldn't live here on this earth. So a lot of people have gone in the astral most of the past, and they create their own world there, and just you can go and see it. You can be a part of it. You can. I needed to see it, obviously, so that's why I've experienced it. I didn't like it though. I didn't enjoy. I didn't want to be there. That's just not what I personally want to experience. Being in the astral and that, didn't really want to experience that as, say, once I cross over, this is what I want for myself. No, I don't. But some people they need that for the soul to transition fully from this earth experience. And when they feel that they haven't been able to do things there, they'll do that on the other side. They build all sort of world there for themselves. So that's what it was. So, like Shem said, so depending on the intention is not so good and they can't do it here, they may well recreate it there. So that's why integrity is everything.
All right.
Um, Crayola Man, you're saying, I remember laying on my bed watching June 2 on my tablet, and before I fell asleep, I said to myself, I really need a TV for this room. Anyway, I woke up to my room, twisted, the movie was still on, but on my dresser. Is it
Okay.
possible to continue watching a tablet while in OBE state, or was I dreaming? Can I say something
Go
before
for
we
it.
get to answer this? Was just for the one who don't know, the full replay is usually Anchor. So if you don't know and want to watch the full replay, you will have to watch it from Anchor. Um, and do share the content. It really does help, and press like as well for the one who haven't yet, and subscribe, and make sure you check the notification bell as well, so you can see all new stuff we release. So thank you. So yeah, so is it possible?
Yeah.
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 Anything pretty much is possible.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, I was interacting with pictures that felt like tablet that, where things were moving inside the pictures,
Yeah.
although they were photos.
Yeah.
Like all of this stuff is, yeah, it's actually better. There's no limitation in technology, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And sometimes when you ask yourself over here for an upgrade, you'll turn around, and when you come out, or when you have your dreams, when you're in your dream state, you will experience that which you desired over here just manifesting. So, like, if you're like, yeah, new TV, you'll be like, oh, same room, nice TV, sat there, watched it. It's these little things that
yeah,
happen. Um, or it's like, same room, but it was a little bit upgraded. Stuff like that happens all the time to me. Um, so yeah, future sight OBE,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
These are, and now we can call it future sight OBE, but this is your these are your premonitions. These are your gifts. These are your abilities to see down timelines. Like, this is literally it.
Absolutely.
That is it. It's in action. It's just you're experiencing it in action. It's wonderful.
Yeah, John, you're saying, I think you saw your intention, like maybe that what it would look like when you get your TV.
Exactly that.
Yeah, exactly.
Very simply put. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
Hi, Loretta.
Hi, Loretta. Hang on. Did
Hey,
I skip
blessed.
something? I go da, 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 da. Okay, so Loretta, I say hi guys. My Sunday going to be good. We're starting off with you two. Question: where in Discord do you guys have your open chat? Okay, so in Discord you've got all the channels. So you've got one thing say community, and then underneath community you got what they call channel. Community being the category. So within this channel, you can just go there straight. There's few post from now that has been created, but you can create a post there. Make sure you associate the tag. So the subject correspond to what you're talking about. And then anybody that's there will be able
To
um,
join, yeah.
to join. So yeah, so for the one that don't know, we have a Discord, so you can access our Discord through Ko-fi. And also there you can also buy us a cup of tea if you so wish. So yeah, so that's where you access Discord. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
So and then it's for you to basically interact by posting anything you want,
Yeah.
anything related to the channel. You'll see the title of the channel telling you what it's about. Go wild. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Just yeah.
And blessed is our mediator, so you could buy him a cuppa if you want as well.
So yeah,
For real.
blessed is
He is just
going
out here
to
just
yeah, to be the
sorting
mediator,
everything out.
yeah,
Yeah.
for this course. So we'll put something there as well for him, a link where if you guys want to also buying a cup of coffee, you'll be able to do that for the beautiful work he's about to do there.
And the Discord is really much open for you to start a conversation or just join someone else's. So it's really up to you. It's whatever takes your fancy, whatever you want to think about. You are not restricted to having to stay to the tags that are available. That was just like a inspiration. But if you want to speak about something else, just tag it, and then someone else will just, the conversation will get to swing in.
So for instance, John, when just another avatar, which is John, went and started a thread talking about food for thought. That's the title. So you will see it there. You can join. You can actually answer him something there. We answered him something there. So basically, you can just go
Chat
ahead
it
and chat
up
it
and
up.
do whatever.
Anything you have
And it
on your
can be
heart.
about music
It can,
because
yeah.
she's a musician.
Oh yeah. And also within this, there's a channel. You'll see it's basically for you to share your creation there. So if you want to, in a way, promote what you're doing, just
Yeah.
tell the community. Just post something. Say, hey,
Oh,
here's my music. This is what I
yeah.
do. La la la.
Or
But
this is,
just do it
or
in the
here's my art,
yeah
or this is what I drew today, or even if it's a doodle,
yeah. So
just share it.
yeah, so do it in the appropriate on the appropriate channel. You'll see the titles and there's a description for each of this channel. You will see what they're saying to you.
Yeah.
And if you have any question, you can direct message us there and we'll answer you if there's
Yeah.
something you don't know.
All right. Cool. Yep. It is a general chat. It's in general chat. Yeah, it's in general chat. Just go to community and it's there.
No, hold on, no, because the general chat. Okay, general chat. Yeah, there's a general chat where people have say hi to one another, but the community you'll see is a category that's a community. Under the community, you get all the channels. You'll see them there.
And you can talk
Yeah,
there.
because on the general chat, it's just general
Yeah,
stuff.
you're
It's not
right.
really yeah.
It's more specific on community.
But if you need anything, just send a message, direct message there. We'll answer you.
So Shelby is saying, so listen, Bamhek talks about the in-body experience, the inner body experience. He bridges the gap. When you hear him talk to your soul, so we're all masters, and the question is, what am I to do here? Exactly. And that's why we speak about validating your experiences here, validating your everyday life here, bridging between what it is your soul desires and what it is your aligned experiences here. That is the whole point of this game, so that you can have the courage to step up and just do what is aligned for you, so that your soul can sing here and on the other side.
Yeah.
Because you'll be aligned and doing the things that you came here to do or that you desire to do in that inspired moment. Okay, so Deanna,
I knew there was more than one
one type.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.